Hey, how's everybody doing? All right, let's continue on Thessalonians. And we'll continue on. We start Revelation 18 today. For from you sounded out of the world of the Lord, not only in Macedonia and Achaia, but also in every place your faith to Godward is spread abroad, so that we need not to speak anything. They themselves show us what manner of entering in we had unto you, and how ye turned to God from idols to serve the living true God. Well, when you're a lost sheep, you're a lost sheep. You'll be doing anything wrong or wrongly. With me, it was Catholicism and astrology. With y'all, it probably would have been free will, believing in free God, man's free will to make a decision to save himself, and or to make a free will decision to believe in Jesus to save himself and to repent to save himself. Both are things man would do. They are works of salvation that man does. And that goes against everything the Bible speaks of. For they themselves show us what manner of entering in we had unto you, and how ye turned to God from idols to serve the living true God, and to wait for his Son from heaven, whom he raised from the dead, even Jesus, which delivered us from the wrath to come. For yourselves, brethren, know our entrance in unto you, that it was not in vain, but even after that we had suffered before, and were shamefully entreated, as you know, at Philippi. We were bold in our God to speak unto you the gospel of God with much contention. For our exhortation was not of deceit, nor of uncleanliness, nor in guile, but as we were allowed of God to be put in trust with the gospel, even so we speak, not as pleasing men, but God which trieth our hearts. And now the word of the Lord is ringing out from you to people everywhere, even beyond Macedonia and Achaia. For wherever we go, we find people telling us about your faith in God. We don't need to tell them about it, for they keep talking about the wonderful welcome you gave us and how you turned away from idols to serve the living true God. And they speak of how you are looking forward to the coming of God's Son from heaven, Jesus, whom God raised from the dead. He is the one who has rescued us from the terrors of the coming judgment. You yourselves know, dear brothers and sisters, that our visit to you was not a failure. You know how badly we had been treated at Philippi just before we came to you, and how much we suffered there. Yet our God gave us the courage to declare his good news to you boldly, in spite of great opposition. So you can see we were not preaching with any deceit or impure motives or trickery. For we speak as messengers approved by God to be entrusted with the good news. Our purpose is to please God, not people. He alone examines the motives of our hearts. All right, let's move on to Revelation. And after having these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. He cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils. I think I highlighted that because I've told you that the human host body dies off, and that the man's and women's, their bodies, all the goats of the earth, they uploaded demonic entities into their bodies when they worshiped the image of the beast. And the fallen angel demonic spirits used the human body as an avatar to kill the sheep. And that since the human host will die off, it is saying, and is become the habitation of devils. So like it was in the days of Noah, so like it will be when the Son of Man returns. And of course, Jesus is about to return here again. And it looks like the only humans on earth would be that remnant that the Lord is hiding in the wilderness and protecting them and nourishing them, that we read about a ways back. Come the habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all the nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And of course, the Queen of England, when she sat by herself at that funeral, that's what she was representing. Anyway, I love y'all very much. Ask questions anytime. Hope y'all enjoyed the extra long study that I did. Yesterday was not a daily Bible study, but it was for somebody that commented on the Saturday study. And since I knew him personally, I thought to do a video answering all his questions and to see if the Lord is going to call him to the truth. All right, love y'all very much.